Today on Newsbeat, access denied. Some LSU stadium workers will no longer work game day.
And a homeless man moves into Patrick F. Taylor.
Also, a change in Baton Rouge public transportation means riders don't have to wait as long to get where they're going.
All this and more. Newsbeat starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Ambry Washington.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us.
Tonight, LSU police are searching for a homeless man they say have been living in Patrick F. Taylor Hall and are sending out flyers across campus asking for information that could lead to his arrest. They've issued an arrest warrant for 43-year-old Scott Edward Michelli. Captain Corey Lalonde tells Newsbeat Michelli was sleeping in a lounge primarily used by grad students. The room had been used for a while, but last week, building employees found a suitcase, bedding, and other personal items inside the room. Police say Michelli walked in while employees were going through his stuff and confirmed the belongings were his. Civil engineering sophomore Adam Linson hopes LSU improves building security.
I think that they should definitely lock the doors to the buildings at a certain time at night. And they could maybe even have the campus police come in.
Once he's found, police say Michelli will be arrested for unauthorized entry into a place of business, which is a felony. Police say they found other items which may have been stolen, so additional charges could be filed.
4 Tiger Stadium employees were arrested for letting people into LSU football games without buying tickets. Casey McKenzie and Caleb McKenzie were arrested after buying event staff wristbands from 2 gate workers. LSU police received an anonymous tip that Casey McKenzie and others were getting into football games by paying the gate workers. Tiger Stadium Gate Marshal Wilson Oglethorpe took between $120 and $140 this year and over $400 for access into the games.
Wristbands that were sold in this case are specifically for staff that is working the event. It's not normally, these wristbands and these types of things are not normal.
Oglethorpe and Casey McKenzie were booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish prison on felony theft charges. Wilson and Caleb McKenzie were both issued misdemeanor summons for theft.
Baton Rouge residents can expect to see a new bus route and convenient arrival times next spring. Reporter Myron Summers has details on all the new changes to the CAT system.
It was hot, I was sweating, I was exhausted.
This is how Councilman John Delgado describes his bus ride using the CAT transit system. He also said his ride was uncomfortable and very timely. Frequent CAT users like Charles Liner can relate.
The weekend schedule really stinks. On Sunday is the worst. 30-minute route turns into a 2-hour route. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 0 being the worst, I have to rate it about a 4.
Many people use the CAT transit system each and every day. For many, CAT is their only way of transportation. They're tired of the long waits, and they've had enough of it, and they're hoping that change happens.
Well, thanks to the Metropolitan Council, change will happen. The council members passed an expansion plan that CAT CEO Bob Marabito is sure will please the people.
This is what they're waiting for. It's the starting point of a brand new day in transit. We're going to have 30 bus routes instead of 20. So we're expanding our reach. We're going to be able to move people faster between locations.
The CAT's expansion passed with the 10-2 vote. While Councilman Delgado was one of the 2 against it, Councilwoman Donna Collins-Lewis led the charge for it. She thinks it's time to put action into place and to help the people.
People have been waiting for a long time for changes in the system. People are tired of waiting on bus stops for an hour or 2 hours waiting for a bus and not being able to get where they need to go. It enhances the system. It's not a perfect system. There's still going to be quirks that probably are going to have to be worked out with the system, but it's a lot better than what we currently have.
The expansion is set to take place in March 2014. With Tiger TV's Newsbeat, I'm Myron Smothers.
In 2012, lawmakers approved a tax to fund the CAT system.
Grocery stores, fast food restaurants, food trucks. With all the food that surrounds us, it's hard to believe there are many neighborhoods in Baton Rouge that are considered food deserts. But as Newsbeat's Natalie Guccione tells us, not only is that the case, community leaders are also taking an aggressive approach to solving the problem.
It may not look like it here, but parts of Baton Rouge are considered food deserts. These are places where a large number of residents have little access to a supermarket or large grocery store. Baton Rouge resident Cheryl Hawkins comes to the Red Stick Mobile Farmers Market every week.
Sure, and I look at the ones that are here, the people that are here, and I do know for a fact that many of these residents don't have access to rides to the market or available fresh fruit and vegetables.
This mobile market outside of the Scotlandville Library is just one of the ways the city is responding to food desert areas in the 70805, 70807, and parts of the 70802 zip codes. Baton Rouge's Food Access Policy Commission showed their findings at the latest Metro Council meeting. They find a direct correlation between low-income areas and food deserts, but their key finding is a need to build a stronger retail attraction to those low-income areas. Until their next recommendation, residents have access to markets like these, which even benefit local farmers.
As you can see, we have small farmers that come out and sell, and that way they can keep making money and then growing for our market. So just the fact that we don't have the access to this area is most important, I believe.
The mobile market serves residents several times a week and on weekends. It provides fresh produce and, for some, a sense of community.
Oh, I love the fact that we have fresh vegetables, and what it reminds me of is when I was a kid, so it's a kind of nostalgic gathering. Plus, I like communing with the other people that come out.
Natalie Guccione, Tiger TV Newsbeat.
To find more information on where the Mobile Farmers Market goes and other food access initiatives, go to healthybr.com. Well, it's about time we're getting some of that fall weather.
Yes, the leaves are out and the cool weather is here to stay. So stay with us as our weather forecaster Lauren Graham shows us more after break.
Good evening, LSU. I'm Lauren Graham, and here's your daily weather forecast. Well, we had some beautiful weather this weekend. The rain on Thursday brought in low temperatures and sunny skies. Now to our picture of the day. This picture was taken outside of Hatcher Hall. Today was a beautiful day for students walking on campus. Don't forget, if you want your picture to appear in the next weather show, hashtag TigerTVWeather on Instagram or Twitter. Tonight, this great weather should continue. The high is 67 degrees and the low is 58 with a 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow, the high is at 76 degrees with the low at 60. There is a 30% chance of rain. The humidity will reach 75%, which should make it feel warmer than 76. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. This week should be cool and cloudy. The hottest it should get is around 78 on Wednesday. It should drop down to 43 as the low on Thursday. Luckily, we have some great weather for our last few days on campus before fall break. That's all I have for you today, so don't forget to check Tiger TV for your up-to-date campus weather report every day. I'm Lauren Graham, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Lauren. Stay tuned for details on a poison Halloween candy incident.
And coming up, could our everyday spices be tainted with much more than we bargained for?
Stay with us.
Welcome back to Newsbeat. I'm Sarah Gastineau with your weekly shot of MedWatch. I hope everyone had a wonderful incident-free Halloween weekend, because this weekend that childhood fear of poisoned Halloween candy really did come true. A woman in California was sent to the hospital after eating a tainted piece of candy. It turns out that the candy was not even intended for the woman, but for her 16-month-old daughter. Officials are saying it was pure luck that the mother just happened to eat that piece of candy and not the little girl. The acid-based drug injected into the chocolate was much too strong for a toddler, and officials are saying it could have gravely injured the child. An investigation is underway. You know what else seems to be tainted? Are spices. Turns out that we have been getting more than we bargained for, as bug parts and rat hair have been found in our everyday spices. The Food and Drug Administration released a new report titled Pathogens and Filth in Spices. The report reveals that 12% of U.S. spice imports are contaminated with ingredients that seem more appropriate for a witch's brew than our dinner table. The FDA also found that 7% of spice imports were contaminated with salmonella. The FDA has increased its inspections of spice facilities and are taking further action to strengthen the spice safety net. And now for some good news. On Sunday in New York City, a blind man was able to complete his 18th marathon after experiencing a devastating accident. Richard Bernstein has been blind since birth, but he never allowed that to stop him from running 17 marathons. However, after being hit from behind by a bicyclist and shattering his hip and pelvis, another marathon seemed out of the question. Bernstein set his mind to returning to the marathon, and after a little over a year with the help of guides, he was able to achieve that goal. He says, "I will keep doing marathons until I can't, and even if I can't, I'll find a way to keep doing them." Thank you for watching this week's shot of MedWatch, and don't forget to tune in next week. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Sarah. That's all the time that we have for Newsbeat today, but you can catch our full show online at tigertv.tv or on our YouTube channel.
And be sure to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter for our latest updates.
From all of us at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us and have a great evening.